We're going to do a brief video on meta stock analysis, and we've got a daily chart here for you of meta with a 5-day moving average in green, a 20-day moving average in red, and a blue 200-day moving average. Meta is down right this second, $28, almost $29, 22%. It's trading at $100.87 on 52 million shares, and average daily volume is 30 million shares. It's not yet 10 o'clock, and Meta's down $28. So let's take a look at Meta and see what's happened. It obviously opened up horribly, and yesterday's low was approximately, let's expand this real quick. We can see that Meta's been in a bear market since about January of 2022, and we can take a look expanding this and see that here's where we are right here, right now, at $100 roughly, and here's where we were yesterday with a close of $129 and change. So Meta's just basically been destroyed for whatever reason, but the point is, was it consistent with what we were looking at before, and was there a way to see this? And the first thing that we take a look at is Meta's been in a bear market. That's number one. Number two, Meta is a stock that gaps. It's very difficult to see it, but this right here, from this point here all the way down to here, is a gap. That's an enormous gap in Meta, and it's over $50. When you have a security that gaps like that, that's a very, very big warning sign to be careful, because it gaps. When there's bad news, there's nobody stepping up to buy, and it just plummets. Now, you can get securities that do that on the upside, and you can clearly see Meta does that on the downside. So this is not an unusual thing for Meta. As a matter of fact, compared to this gap, it's not that big of a gap. So there's problems with liquidity at Meta when bad news comes out. That's the first thing we should pay attention to. The second thing we could have known in advance is that Meta is in not just a bear market, but a deep, strong sell-off with nobody stepping up to buy it. So what we're doing is real quick taking a look and saying, could we have seen what was going to happen with Meta? I don't know if we could have seen it, but we can take a look and see. The third thing is we can see Meta had a bottom here, a support level right here at March 16th of 2020 of 137.10. That was below there yesterday, was 122. So we had violated that support. We come take a look at this support here, 123.42. We talked about this in an earlier video. Violated that yesterday. So we had warning signs that it was violating its major support levels. We also had a huge warning sign in that it was in a deep negative bear market on a weekly chart. This chart's a weekly chart. This is a 200-week moving average. You can see the stock has just been devastated on a weekly basis. The longer you stretch a stock out, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, the longer you stretch it out, the more important it is when it violates support and resistance levels. You can see here that it's just a complete disaster on a monthly chart. This is a stock that is in an absolute free fall. So the question is, if you wanted to buy a stock cheap, would you buy this stock at this price? Is there a reason that you would buy this stock? Because that's what the people in the market are looking at. I don't see any support for this stock at all. I mean, I just don't see any stock. This is, when we go down this low, we're below $10 here. We're at $6. So I don't see any support for this stock at all. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying from a technical perspective, the stock's in a free fall. And someone's got to say, okay, at this price, it's fundamentally worth it because of scrap value. I mean, that's what we're looking at now, because we certainly are not going to see it from a technical perspective. We move from the technical perspective to the fundamental perspective, which is a much more dangerous area to be for a stock, because nobody really knows the fundamentals of a company. They can only make assumptions, educated assumptions. It's very difficult to know what's going on. This is an hourly chart of Meta, and we can see that Meta failed to rally through its 200-hour moving average, just like it failed here and gapped. Failed here, sold down, and gapped. We're right here, $100. So not trying to be negative, just trying to look and say, hey, could we have in advance gotten some idea it was going to gap like this? No, I don't think so. But we could have said it was going to head down further. These kind of gaps just come out of nowhere, but they really don't come out of nowhere if you have enough information. But the point of it is, for the limited information we had, could we have suspected this was going to trade down further? Yes. I think it's a little bit aggressive to say we would have known it's going to gap, but we definitely could have said, hey, it's bear market stock on every, hourly, weekly, daily, weekly, monthly. So you would want to be very careful if you own the stock, and want to be very careful about buying it if you didn't own it. So that's where we are on Meta. Let's take a look real quick and see what RBAM Research said about it. It's got 1, 5, and 20-day hold periods every morning. Today's for the 27th. We put these out. You can see Apple's got price, but NIO and Tesla don't. So some have prices, some don't. Let's see what they have for Facebook, which is what we still call it. We've got no entry prices, thank goodness, on here. The algo said it wasn't a good day to buy, and thank goodness it was correct. Would have been a disaster, I think, but keep in mind, for entertainment purposes only. Everything on here is for entertainment purposes, but no entry prices for Facebook, so it got that right today. And let's take a look. I do not think that we cover this on a 30-day trend. Well, we'll take a look. We do not, but we do have S&P 500, very interesting, showing flat again today. And this is a more complicated moving average system. It's not just a standard moving average system, but it is showing flat today, which is an indication of what it thinks about the overall market. Even though the S&P 500 has been rallying, is still in a bear market, it's showing flat. You can show, again, very interestingly, a buy for Apple, but a short for Tesla. So clearly there's a lot of turmoil in the market on a larger scale. You can get access to all of our entry prices every morning before 7 a.m. at rbamresearch.com. Access is free, no credit card required. Just head over there, and there's a link in the description below to head over to RBAM Research and sign up with your email address for instant access to 190 stocks that I've been showing you, the major forex pairs, BTC crypto, and the most liquid futures contracts, including the S&P 500. Again, all by 7 a.m. Keep in mind, everything you've seen and heard on here is for entertainment purposes only. Can't use anything, including our commentary entry prices, for anything but entertainment. You should always do your own analysis, and you definitely trade at your own risk. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you subscribe, if you want to subscribe, please do that as well. And if you have a great comment for us, please leave it in the comment section below.